So, as you can tell, I got a little ahead of myself here. So, originally, I wasn't gonna do videos on the bike, but I thought, hey, why not, right? Like, I like telling y'all about what I got going on in my life, and when I follow somebody, I follow like everything they do. So I'm hoping maybe y'all will hang in there and follow the things that I do. That's what the channel's for anyway. So, as you can see, the wheels are off the bike. Ignore that right now. That's not what we're talking about at this juncture. We're gonna get to that though. So, first things first, we're gonna call this like mod 1. So, one of the first things everybody wants to do on their sport bike when they get it is they want to put a pipe on it. So you got to decide at that point if you want to do a full system, which is going to be a headers, mid pipe, and a can, or if you want to do what's called a slip-on, which is going to just generally slip on in place of your factory exhaust can. Probably going to go into a catalytic converter or something like that, have a clamp on it. Makes it sound a little louder, makes it look way cooler, takes some weight off the bike. All those things are really cool. So you'll notice I already have one on here. So mine's the way that I'm doing this is a bit different than normal. So I have mine had stock exhaust on it, and of course I want to get that shit off of there because I like my bike to sound cool just like the next guy. Well, I have gotten to take the bike and ride it some, and this thing has got gobs of power. Like, it's really strong. I've ridden a lot of fast motorcycles, and this thing is really well set up from the factory. It's fast, it handles great, it's good. I'm really happy with the power wise for the things that I want to do, but I want it to sound cool. So first things first, I go back to when I used to build big tire bikes. And when I did that, I wanted a pipe on them because you want it to sound cool. Didn't really need any more performance. They have plenty of performance already, plenty powerful. So I went to the bike shop that I used to race for, and they were a Scorpion pipe dealer. So I just talked to the guy at the parts counter. I knew him really well, and I was like, what do you got in stock, man? Like, I'll just make something work, you know? So he's like, man, we carry these Scorpions. He's like, they're pretty cool. I had never really seen them at the time. I was like, well, let me see one. So he goes and he grabs me one, right? And he pulls it out of the box, and it's this really, the way that Scorpions are made are very different than any other pipe. So I'm not sure if you can see this. If so, I'll give you a close-up in just a minute. Instead of just the pipe coming up and having your 1 3/4 tube that comes up and just goes into your can, and then your can is obviously larger and goes out. So the way they do theirs is their pipe from the factory expands out slowly to the size of the can itself. So you've got this large entry into the can itself. And then some of them have really short cans. This is one of the shorter ones. So what I bought then, it was just, I liked how the can looked. I didn't even really care what motorcycle it was for. I just said, all right, cool, just give me that. And I bought it, and then I take it home and I'll take whatever pipes it comes with, and I'll just kind of cut and weld them and make them work. Well, fast forward to now, years later, when we got this 2024 ZX6. Scorpion does not make a pipe for this bike, which I knew when I wanted to get a pipe, I knew I want a Scorpion pipe because I really like how they sound and I really like how they look. I like how they're made. So I was sitting watching TV one night and my son was asking me, so what kind of pipe are you gonna get? And I was like, man, I don't know. I need to see if I can find a Scorpion for that bike. And that's when I looked it up and I saw that they in fact do not make one for this bike. So what I did was, I did what you always do, right? I got on eBay. So I get on eBay and I get to looking around, and then I find this auction for one, for a Scorpion pipe. It's this pipe, but it didn't look this good, right? So it had been on somebody's bike. I'm not even really sure what kind of bike, if I'm being real with you. I didn't really care. I was just finding one that looked cool, and I knew I was just gonna make it work anyhow. So it was on some kind of bike, and they had laid it down, and it had a scrape right here on the bracket, and the carbon was all faded, and the little Scorpion logo right here, it was kind of scuffed up, and then this strap, it was scuffed up as well, and then there was a little tiny scuff right here on the pipe. And so I just, they had like a buy it now on it for, I think, like 125 bucks, and then of course you can make an offer. So I was just like, hey, watch this, man. And I'm talking to my son, I throw 75 bucks on there, right? And lo and behold, they took it. So I managed to get this thing shipped to me and everything for 80 bucks. You ain't gonna beat that anywhere for a cool slip-on. Well, of course, when I get it, it's got a scrape and the straps are scraped and, you know, the carbon's all faded. Well, you know, I do, you know, I do paint and body for a living. So what I did is I took it to work. I drilled out all the rivets that were on it from the factory, and I take all the, I slide the carbon, the end cap off of it, and I slide the carbon outer skin off of the insulation, that's the baffle. I slide it off of there. I take the little emblem off of it. I sand it real good. I sand the scratches off of it. And I go over and I lightly scuff over all the carbon. I go talk to the painter, and I got him to re-clear the carbon. So it looks really killer. Like I said, I'll pull it in and show it to you a little closer in a minute. And so it shines up, it looks like brand new. I didn't paint my decal black and cleared it. I took the straps, and when I put them back on, I turned it around so the scratched up side's on the inside now. And I put black rivets back in it. And I just took and kind of polished this into the pipe right here. It's a brand new looking pipe that I love how it looks. So then when I get home, I go ahead, I take my stock pipe off of it. I take the ginormous mailbox of a catalytic converter off the bottom. That thing weighed like, I don't know, 20 pounds or more. So I shoot over to a local exhaust shop. I get him to, I go through his scrap pile, and I find 2 pieces of tubing there that are about the right size, and that they have 2 different like degree of bends in them, because I knew I was going to need a bend down here on the bottom. I just wasn't sure what it was going to need to be. So I got those 2. He just let me have them. That was nice of him. So then once I come home and I get it all apart, I go ahead and I slide my new tubing into underneath where the old catalytic converter, it used to have a slip fit. So you've got like this big like fiberglass bushing that's inside the pipe. You slide the pipe inside it, you tighten the clamp, and it clamps down on it. So basically what I do is I take my bent piece, I slide it in there, and I start rotating it around. So as I rotate it, it will come up like this, right? And it's stuck in there, but it's just loosely fitted, and it's rotating around. So then when I get it where I feel like I pretty much like where it is, I kind of eyeball where the cut is. And then I look down here, which I'll show you in a minute again, where the stock pipe bolted up. I make a piece of a metal plate that comes down, because I want to use the stock bolt mounting positions, because I need all my stuff to bolt on. I don't hard mount anything, but I need it to be strong, right? So I cut me a little piece of steel plate that will go down and made up to that piece of pipe. So then we come in, we get our can, I stuck it up here, and you just kind of have to eyeball how short you want it and cut it. So then you stick the pieces together and you slowly roll until you get everything fitting like you want, and just kind of steadily trim it and trim it and trim it. I got it where it fit right, so I like my angle in relation to my tail section, and then tack it all together, stick it up there, sit back, look at it, see if I like how everything's lining up good. Then you can go over and do all the final welding on it, and I blow a little black heat resistant paint on there, kind of see what we got going on. You know, after the fact, it kind of blends in so it's not so noticeable underneath. This is a really quick explanation. I'm gonna grab the camera here so I can kind of show you a little bit better, but I'm gonna give you the rundown right now, that way you understand when we get to that. So it's strong enough, it is solid, and it's mounted right here. I got 1 bolt in it there, and then I've got where we're going into the pipe down here. Now in the future, I want to upgrade to a set of Graves head pipes, because their head pipes are a little bit larger. It'll let the motor breathe a little bit better, maybe give it a little bit deeper tone, but I'm going to tie them in to this can just because I really love the way this can looks. I just got to hope to God I never wreck it, because I don't know what the hell it came off of, so I don't be hard pressed to get me another one. But for now, using the stock headers, and just tied it all in. No catalytic converter. It's just straight through. And the thing sounds killer. I'm not gonna start it right now because I don't even remember if I have oil in it right at this very moment. But let me grab the camera and I'll give you a once over, and I'll show you what we're actually working with here. Alrighty, so now you can get a little better view here. So this is what I love about the Scorpion pipes. How they come out like this. I love that you can see the welds. I love the way it comes out. I think it definitely has an effect on the sound. Like I said, you can see I matched the angle of my tail right there. I think it has a killer look to it. So then you come in here underneath, you can see this bolt right here. That is the factory mounting point for the factory exhaust. You see I come down, I made this plate that also, it's wide. It's from here all the way to right here, so that way it covers across where that bend is that's in that pipe that I bought from that piece of exhaust pipe. That way it's strong and it doesn't just put pressure on that to try to open up all the time. So you come underneath, you can see where it slips into that factory exhaust right there. So it just slips in right there, it comes back, you got the bend right there that I took and hammered and bent that plate in there the way I want. You bolt in right there nice and solid, and that's the only the two mounting points for this guy. Like I said, it is super strong. It doesn't bounce up and down or anything. Sounds absolutely fantastic. Looks great. Whenever I get the wheels and stuff put back on it, I'll let you hear it. But that is my first mod to the bike. You know, that's the first mod for most people. Like I said, probably upgrade to some Graves head pipes at some point down the road. But right there, that's my $80 total pipe, because I was able to get all this clear coat and stuff. I did that at work. Painter didn't charge me anything for that. So pretty stoked about that. Also, I did go ahead, you gotta have frame sliders, right? And I love Woodcraft stuff. They make really quality stuff. You see, I went with cut frame sliders. Now, let me tell you about these sliders. So, I went with cut frame sliders. I don't like no cuts, because with a no cut bracket, you wind up mounting the slider way out here, and too many times at the racetrack, I've seen people go down at what's a simple low side, and they wind up either snapping a bolt off in their frame or just snapping the whole damn ear of the frame off right there. When you put that no cut bracket on there, it just gives that thing a lot of leverage where it can pull. Like, this is still a lot with this stuck out here like this, but when you move it way up here, now you've got the leverage of the bracket, and it's like putting a big old pry bar on the bolt that mounts your engine. And that ain't for me. Now, these are Woodcrafts. Putting them on, they didn't come with really any instructions of how to drill it. Basically, I just had to take a lot of measurements and finally just take a leap of faith with a small drill bit and drill through it and see how far off I was. And I just worked it with a unibit, larger and larger, until I could till I got the hole the right size. Now, the way these Woodcrafts work, I really like them because this is actually a puck. You got one Allen head bolt that goes all the way through. You screw your mount in and you get it all torqued in, and it's just a big steel mount, and then this Delrin puck, it slides over top of it, and you put this bolt in from the top and it holds it solid. So this is actually replaceable. So if you have a wreck and it wears all the way down to the steel part of this, you can just pop this puck off and you can slide a new one on. Yet again, not super expensive, but whatever the cost of this is so much worth not damaging your fairing. Even if you have just a simple tip over at a stoplight or something, you can do just an immense amount of damage to your fairings and your body work. This is just cheap insurance, you know, for that. I really, like I said, I will always run frame sliders where I have to cut, just because I don't like that leverage. I do highly recommend the Woodcraft ones like this. I do like the replaceable puck idea. It's very handy. It's easy. You know, if you do race or ride track days or something, you can have a couple sets of extra pucks. That way, if you do crash, boom, you slap a new one on and you're good to go. So that right off the top is generally going to be kind of your first two mods that you're going to do on any new motorcycle that you get. You know, you want this for safety and this for sound. So hope y'all found this, you know, remotely informative, and me showing you my new toy and the things that I'm going to do along the way. As you see, we don't have wheels on it, so obviously we're doing something as far as that goes. So stay tuned for the next video where we're going to talk about getting into that stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.